Hi friends, it's Nancy, and it's Tuesday, so we're taking out some trash. Today I am working on my vintage farmhouse kitchen-y aprons deal. I am just starting to glue the text block into Dick and Jane. So it's setting up. I sewed that together today. Whoa, don't you fall over. You stay there. So I thought, well, let's grab some trash and see what we can do to make some pages. So this is a piece of wrapping paper. I think one of my co-workers wrapped a present in this for me. And I was super excited about the paper, clearly. So the paper needs to be 8 3/4 inches tall. I will have a total of 9 signatures. And the width is 5 3/4. So I think I can get at least one more out of this piece of wrapping paper. I was hoping I could get 3, but it looks like I'm only going to get 2. 8 3/4. I'll hang on to this cutoff because I might use it and join it with another piece of paper, or oh, you know what? I said 8 3/4. It's not 8 3/4. It's 8 5/8. Oh no. I have written it on a post-it note right in front of my face. And I just looked at it because I was starting to second guess that 5 3/4, but it's the 8 5/8 that I should have been paying attention to. I think it was, oh, it's the 5 this way that I need to be concerned. I think it was a couple weeks ago I showed you I have a box of random paper that I need to do something with. So I'm going to just start grabbing stuff from there and see what we can use for that. In that I found this piece of paper, and look, it has an old pin in it. So this is a lease for a farm. I have no idea. It says it's in the township of something, county of Lennox. Lennox and Addington in the province of Ontario. So it's from (1912)-ish. So there's a big stain here on all of the papers. Ernesttown. So he agrees to work Thomas Sharp's farm in accordance with a lease between the said Thomas Sharp and Reuben Hollingdale. This agreement to become part and parcel of the lease. So this is a codicil. Codice. Codicil to the lease. Dated April 30th, 1912. So this is just gonna tear apart. But I'm wondering if some of this part that isn't so stained, where it says farm lease, could be used. So this is just 8.5 inches, and I would want it to be at least 11.5. So I've got that, plus I'll have a little flippy floppy over. I think what I'll do is reinforce this. Okay. I mean, I guess I could use this as well. But what I'm going to do is going to grab some fabric. I'm going to use some fabric to reinforce this. Being fussy here. Okay. Almost done my first stick of this glue that I got, was that 2 weeks ago? I mean, that's good paper. So I'm going to fold it in the middle. Might have to press that. So it'll go in like that. And then this page can flip open. I think I'm going to have to press that, and it'll have to go in the press. I can do this with this one as well. But I think I'm going to do this as the foldy out part, because then that leaves room here for some writing. Oh, there's stuff here about foul weeds and grasses to go to seed on the said premises. Foul weeds. Oh. You're not straight. You're just not. Okay, let's try this one. Okay, I'm happy with that. I do think I would like to stitch the paper where the fabric is. See what I can find that looks needle-like. What color do you want to use? I just got some bobbins here. Red? To go with the red. And this is just going to be some rough. Gonna ride roughshod over this. Should put a knot in the end though. Anyway, I did finish reading that book that I was telling you about. Oh, The Secret Wife by Jill Paul. Somebody commented and said they had read the book too. She reminded me of the author's name. I would recommend it to anyone. I thought it was an interesting story right up to the very end. Nothing scary happens in it. Well, nothing too scary other than, war. War, murder, But it's quite a mystery. And it's sort of interesting how the great-granddaughter's coping abilities sort of mirrored her grandfather's, her great-grandfather's actually, and she only sort of understood that with relation to her overuse of alcohol, but then she didn't know the whole story until the very end. So maybe at the very end she would have realized, oh, it wasn't just the booze. There's other stuff going on that I'm also struggling with. What am I reading now? Something, I don't know. I've just got into it, so I can't recall what the name of it is or anything about it. That's not going to be, maybe it'll be long enough. Too lazy. Look, I was going to say I'm too lazy to rethread it, and then I pulled it right out, so I might as well get something long enough. So I have a feeling that this journal is going to be a lot like the abandoned house journal I did a few weeks ago, where I'm just going to, find bits and pieces, and if it sort of fits with the theme, it's going in. Kind of slow going one stitch at a time, but I can't really hold the paper in my hand and not risk doing additional damage to it. Pretty sure I've got some interesting quilt blocks that I can add in here that are old. I'll have to dig those out. I think they'd be nice to include. They're old and primitive. Yeah, I think they're gonna look great, and they've been waiting for just this sort of project. I dare say, Dick and Jane, I might be able to do a flip through on Friday. Maybe. Do a flip through on Friday and continue working on this journal. This isn't very impressive handwriting though, is it? It's difficult to read, and somebody didn't pay very close attention in penmanship class. Had a crafty date with Catherine today. I don't know how much we got done. She was choosing papers for her journal, and I was making pockets and tags and journaling cards for Dick and Jane. You know, for saying this is 1911, 1912, that pin wasn't rusty. Which is disappointing, isn't it? Last week it was so hot. Actually, Sunday night I had just about every window in the house wide open, I had a cold, no, well, not cold, but a cool shower. Climbed in bed in front of the open windows. And I got my needle in there. And by 4 in the morning, I got up and had to run around, shut all the windows. And it was snowing. So we went from 90 degrees Fahrenheit to, well, what's freezing in Fahrenheit? 30, 32, something like that, in a matter of hours. So we got up yesterday, and Doug said, you know, yesterday I was out riding on my bike. He got his motorcycle out last weekend. He said I was out in my shorts riding on my motorcycle, and now there's snow on my motorcycle. That's not right. We have more snow today. Nothing's sticking. But it sure is annoying. We got tricked into thinking we had a couple barbecues. We barbecued on Sunday and ate outside. And I tea-dyed paper and dried it outside. And no, I'm sorry, it wasn't lace tea-dyed paper, but I will be making lacy tea-dyed paper when we have a good, maybe I'll go this way, when we have a really good sunny day, because it takes a really bright, full-on sun to get the finish that I want. Okay, there's that one. Yeah. I'm happy to be able to use this one. This paper, because otherwise and I know that some people might be horrified that I'm using these legal documents, and you know, maybe there's family members that are interested in, you know, tracking their family history through these legal documents, and I've thought about that in the past. I got a bunch of documents. This is going back a couple of years now. This was pre-COVID, and I got a bunch of documents at a auction, an estate auction, and it was online, and I had to go to the gentleman's house and pick up my purchases, and it included a big box of documents from a man who had been the mayor of Belleville, Ontario. Maybe you remember that if you've been around a while. There's a lot of condolence letters on the loss of his second wife. As I recall. But there was also some, you know, political papers and, you know, meeting minutes and that sort of thing. And I thought, you know, that this is a shame. I should see if there's any family who wants this. So I did my due diligence and I looked for relatives, and it turned out that the last living relative was the man that whose estate I bought them from in the first place. So but I do feel like, you know, some pieces of paper are history. I bought, again, this is pre-COVID. I bought a composition book at a yard sale here in Kitchener, South Kitchener. Paid 50 cents for it. It had some writing in it, and I thought, oh, well, this is going to be good. So I, when I got it home, I looked into it, and it was minutes of a committee that was building a new church in Grand Bend, Ontario. And so I looked it up, and the church was still had a congregation, and I contacted the minister, and I said by email, and let her know that I had these documents and wondered if they were important to church history. And she contacted me back and said yes, they should have gone to the archives, the church archives in Toronto. And I said, okay, well, I'm going to mail them to you, and you can do what you want with them. So I mailed them, and lo and behold, they were returned to me as undeliverable. And I'm guessing it was because it went to a post office box, and it was summer, and you know, maybe the secretary or whatever was on holidays, and it didn't get picked up after so many days, so they just sent it back to me. So I emailed the minister again, and I said, look, these came back to me. I'll send them again, but, you know, should I send them to a different address? Like, what do you want me to do here? Yeah, I think I'm going to go like this. And then, like, these are stickers, I think. So, okay. All right, we got first 4 pages. Anyway, they eventually did get to her. And she did email me and thank me for sending them. Now, what can I do with the U? I'm going to iron this, see if it helps. Okay. I'm going to try different thread. So this is Aunt Lydia's carpet and button thread, and it's thick. So it'll be interesting to see if I can get it through a needle. Let's see what I have. thought that might do it. Maybe one of these. Here we go. All right. I was talking to my wee laddie out in Victoria on, I guess it was Sunday. Well, he had been talking with Doug the day before. And Doug had mentioned that I had said that I wanted to go back out this summer for a visit. So the two of them called me on Sunday to discuss, and I said, I have not planned or booked anything. Let's just see where things go. Yeah. I'm kind of on the fence. I want to go. I want to go and see Victoria when the weather's better. But we had such a good time at Christmas. I wouldn't mind going back at Christmas again. But, I mean, that would be out of, if I can't go twice. I can't go twice in a year. That would just be a little too much. I put 2 pieces of fabric on this one because there was actual tears. So it wasn't just a matter of fortifying, it was reconnecting. Isn't that something? That carpet thread really puts a bold stamp on things, doesn't it? It's like tape on there or something. Trying to see if I can get it off, because that would be a nice little piece to include. I won't stand here and wreck it. Let's just move along. I made this little thing. It's actually like on a picture frame, like one of those acrylic picture frames. So I used to keep a lot of stuff in here, but not so much because I don't quilt anymore. But I've got like my thimbles and my little clippy things and stuff. I think this is a water erasable marker. And I made this. This is a little embroidery hoop, and I just sorry, I used to have this hanging on my sewing machine, but now I've just got it hanging here on my little thing, and then I have pockets to keep stuff in, and generally I can find what I want. Generally, I think I saw that idea on Pinterest. I want to say Pinterest. I think I'm going to start from the other end. Oh, I didn't put a knot in it. Oh, my Holter monitor, everything was fine. The reason I had it, because I was at the nurse practitioner's office and she asked me, I can't remember why she was asking me about this, but she said, do you have heart palpitations? And I said, only all the time. And I said, in fact, they can last for some time. And once years ago, probably 15 years ago, it was like a goldfish flipping around in my chest for like 3 hours. So I went to the emergency room, and they did all the testing and stuff, and they said, you have benign preventricular contractions, PVCs. There's nothing wrong with you. We can give you medication to make them stop. It would be a beta blocker medication. But the risk of side effects from the beta blocker probably isn't worth the inconvenience of having goldfish jumping in your chest. And I agree with that. I mean, as long as it's not dangerous, I don't care. So, but she said, I think we should have another look at that. That doesn't sound really great. Let's just see if it's something else now. I mean, it was 15 years ago. And it wasn't a cardiologist, that it was, the emergency room doctor. So, but nope. Yep. Completely benign. Nothing to worry about. It did show up on the monitor, and like when you have the monitor, and if you feel an event, you hit a button. So the incidence of these, what they called ectopic heartbeats, were detected by the monitor and identified by me pressing the event button. So it wasn't like I was imagining it, and it wasn't like it was happening and I didn't notice it. It is what it is. I'm not happy here. Yes, I got a new tip for my glue bottle, because I was not happy with the one that I got at the art store. I got this at Scrapfest on Friday night. So I'm happy again about that. The paper is pretty tough. It's just where it must have got wet or something spilled on it, or but it's pretty tough. All said. Okay, put you back from whence you came. What did I decide? I decided I was going to do this. And where did that pin go? I'm going to put that pin back. I will probably pin something to that, but right now, that's good. Okay, look at that. We now have 5 papers. All right, let me grab the box. So this is the actual size, the actual maximum size I can use. So that's a crochet pattern I think I can put in there. I have got what have I got? Oh, what's this? Functions. Okay. Actually, I'll use this one. As it has some blank spot on the bottom. What's this? This is a map of Germany. All right, we'll keep you. Okay, just grabbing a handful of stuff out of this box here at my knees that I'll probably trip over. Ugh. Knowing me. Oh God, there's a spider. Blah. You go over there, Spider-Man. Oh, I can't let you crawl around. I have nothing to whack you with. There, I did murder. Sorry. Okay, I'll do those. Okay, what's this? This is a piece of something. Oh, this is petty point stuff. Okay, I have this Singer's dressmaking. This I can use. So I'm going to put a I'm going to take this flap off because I'm going to be cutting the top off. But I need some masking tape. Got some washi tape here. I don't know if it's any better than the masking tape. Might be. Okay. I'm going to cut the top off. Okay. 8 5/8. I was thinking maybe I could tuck that up, make a tux, like a pocket, but I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think it's very square. And maybe a whisker. It needs to come off. There it is. There's the whisker. And 5 3/4. What if I turn the edge over? Not to necessarily make a tuck spot, but maybe I will just glue it down to reinforce. The edge. You know what? That just... Maybe it's going to be just fine. Okay, here's another page. I have all this petty point stuff. Ew. Okay. This is, how tall are you? I think you're just gonna be great. Great. And 5 3/4. Okay. So this one I'm going to have to take a little bit off. Just going to tear this top off. Okay. And just going to glue it there. I will stitch this. Wait a minute. I messed up. Let's try that again. 5 3/4. There. So I will open up this page and stitch this so that this will go in the book like this, but it can be opened up. See what I mean? So that will go to the sewing machine. Okay, what have I got now? Oh, I had a bug. And okay. Okay, and then 5 3/4 is right there. Okay, so I am going to I don't think I have to glue all the way to the bottom. Oh, pretty close. I gotta trim that off. If it was just ripped paper, I'd leave it, but it's glue. This was a book that was glued together. Okay. Where did I put? That? Oh, there it is. Got it. Here we go. Just have to add a little bit of washi tape just to be careful. I think the paper will hold up, but why chance it? Silk evening dress, 1911. Well, that was the date of the farm rental lease thing. Okay, let's fold again. All right. How are we doing for time? Oh goodness, it's been an hour. Time to cut it. Time to cut. Okay. Shoot. Oh, there it is. I was gonna say, all right, I already lost my stainless steel pin. All right, thank you so much for hanging out with me while I sorted through some trash to make into some book pages here. Take care of yourself. We'll see you again Thursday for Thrifty Thursday. Have a great night. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.